Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol MICT. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually just today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to this time frame. I think it does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. I've done this analysis in the past. That's where these green and red line annotations are coming from. And after today's price movement, definitely some updates here need to be made. First thing I'm going to do is just a little house cleaning here, get rid of these green lines down there. Sure, they still pertain to the chart. They're just not relevant right now. And from a presentation standpoint, I don't want to risk causing clutter and confusion by having, lines all over the place. So just want to try to keep this as clean as possible. Now, the first update, though, that does need to be made comes from a foundational principle in charting, which states when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. So for those of you that watched the video from a few days ago, and I was talking about $1.35 as resistance, like I said, now that the price is above it, the rule states you would want to see it act as support, and so far so good. In fact, you can see a couple times today the bears were flirting around that area, but each and every time the bulls did a good job of holding strong and making sure that the price stayed up above it. So $1.35, that ideal level of support going forward. I mean, if the price falls below it, it's not like everything's ruined or anything like that. But yeah, preferably speaking, if the price can stay above it, that would be the ideal situation. Taking a step back and looking at the big picture of it all, this is where the purple line here comes into play, which is the famous 50-period simple moving average. Keyword there being moving. So as time goes by, that purple line is going to move itself higher and higher. So from the grand scope of things perspective, if you're someone that's just saying, look, Clay, I just care about how do I measure the health of the move. This right here being defined as the move. How do you measure the health of that? Very, very straightforward. As long as the price stays above that purple line, as the line itself moves higher and higher, then the bulls are in full health, the bulls are in full control, full strength. However you can best visualize that, no questions asked. What about areas of resistance? What I'm going to do for this is just split the difference. Yes, I realize the price went there once. Yeah, the price went all the way up there once. But I'm just going to use that high right there at $1.68, $1.70, right around that area. If you want to use one of these other ones, that's fine. I'm not going to argue against that. The point being, and hopefully the point that we can all agree on, is the main point of price congestion, for the chart where the sellers seem to be hanging out right now, is right up around this area of the chart. So whether you call it, $1.65 or $1.70, I mean, we're just talking about pennies at that point in time. But that'll be the area of the chart next week where if any sort of upwards move is going to get continuation, that's going to be the battleground that the bulls will have to fight through. All in all, though, great way to close out the week. We'll see what next week brings. One of the biggest questions I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.